Ryan here. In today's exciting episode, we're doing something that I've wanted to do since I was 10 years old. We're building a giant mini ramp. What is a giant mini ramp, you may be asking? Well, it's a half pipe. It's a skate ramp. It's designed for us to go back and forth, so I've always wanted to build one. And now I get to actually build one. This ramp needs a handrail. The thing about this handrail is that it varies in height. So we've got long posts, and we've got posts that we're going to cut a lot shorter for this end. But overall it needs to look nice and parallel to the ramp. We start off with the 4 laminated posts that form the main handrail around the highest part of the ramp here. The handrail is going to be 1.50 meters above the platform, and it's coming down just under 2 meters, so it's like a 2-to-1 ratio. We put quite a large chamfer on the bottom. No deep meaning behind that or anything, it's just to make it look nicer. Whoa. What's going on here, Tommy?
I'm just trying to make my tool belt comfortable.
By cutting it?
Yeah, well, there's just way too many pockets and I'm endlessly catching on stuff. We'll just get this last little bit. Look at that, look at that.
What was
beautiful.
wrong with it?
Just didn't like it.
Maybe you'll invent your own tool belt one day and you'll iron out all these creases and you'll make the perfect belt.
It's pretty close.
Yeah. So what would you say to someone who doesn't know anything about skate ramps? How would you explain coping? Why is it so crucial that this coping's in the right place?
Well, the coping is the fun part. It's where most of the tricks are done.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be able to lock in. So when you're doing your Smith grinds or your 5-0s, you want to not slip out. So if it's too shallow, you'll slip out. You know, you'll try and lock in a Smith grind, you'll just sort of come off all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of rounded.
Yes.
So, and you also want to create a little bit of a bump, so you can do all these other tricks, bump tricks. It's frustrating when a ramp is built or a park is built and the coping's not set. So I spent a bit of time making sure the coping is mint.
So we're building this entire ramp and then packing it all up, putting it on a truck and taking it to Picton. And because of that, we have to take note of where we screw it together. That's what the orange spray paint's for. You just look for the little orange spot and that'll tell us where the bugle screws are.
Yeah. I don't know, the place which is actually for my tape is at the back.
Right, but it's out of the way.
This was just annoying.
The Tommy
I'm going
belt.
to have a word with the people that are designing these.
Maybe you need to be the person designing them.
I'll show you the, I made a belt.
What, a tool belt?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We're full of it.
Yeah.
But it was old. You know.
Yeah.
I had it for probably
Hi Scott.
Hello.
10 years.
Big fan.
Nice to meet you. There you go.
Brilliant. I'm working with him. No.
What about the ramp?
I want to see your tool belt.
Yeah, I'll bring it in. I'll bring it, and I'll show you the sewing.
And bring me your little punch and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have a play.
It's all from the Samurai Carpenter. Like I got his, and I brought the needle.
Oh, like you copied his toolbar design?
A little bit, yeah. Same, modified it a little bit, but yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I'm getting my point across here, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the last of the ramp done before the big move to Picton. We are at the middle of the top of the South Island, and we're going to move the ramps 2 hours to the east coast of the South Island. So we're trying to do everything before the big move. Now maybe you've been thinking about a big move from your current website hosting platform to a better one. Well, consider Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform where you can build your online presence and run your business. It is a great website hosting platform that has thousands of templates to choose from, so you're bound to find something that will match your business. It also has portfolios and galleries. It has design intelligence, which is Squarespace's incorporation of AI into their software. You put in a bit of information about your website and Squarespace will generate a website for you. Maybe your business is e-commerce, maybe you're selling building services. You can do both. You can sell merchandise, you can set up a shop, there's payment services, and you can even invoice your clients straight from the website. How good is that? You can design a website without knowing any coding, and you can still get a professional result. Despite social media and all these different platforms we use, it's still important to have an online presence, and I highly recommend Squarespace. So why don't you head over to the website and try their free trial, but make sure before you set up a permanent website, go to squarespace.com/Scott Brown Carpentry, and you can save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode. It really helps us do these things that we do, such as building a skate park. Shane's got a walk-in van. So you're also a Ron Pork inspired carpenter?
He helped.
Yeah.
With ideas. I like his philosophy really. No actual draw runners, so nothing can sort of go wrong. But yeah, no, they're good. Less complexity. This was in an older van, and so it's a bit of a Frankenstein. I hate tools and boxes. It's a Ron Pork thing. Even though they get bashed around a bit, it's just that when you need a router, you know the router's there. Instead of going through a box. Box takes up so much room. One day it will be the dream truck, but
Too busy building skate ramps, Shane.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what show and tell is today.
Yeah, and so, you know, I had my knife in there, pens. There was a couple of pockets that fell off.
You even got like a design, a little pattern at the top there.
You gotta have a signature. The tree.
Oh, look at that. What does that represent?
The tree of life. Is that the tree of life? Because we, destroy all the trees.
So why'd you stop wearing it?
It just started falling to bits. It stretched, the leather stretched, and so things started falling out again. When it was new, it was beautiful, everything just held in place. You could just wear it like that. And if it got heavy, I could do the center belt up, but sometimes you could just wear this too, which I like the flexibility of this, and then hooking on the side belts. But no, it's good. It was really comfortable. I know people say it gets hot, but
yeah, that's what I would worry about. But
it's usually naked, so.
Okay, this morning we need to attach the coping, and there's many ways to do this. Usually you would screw it in. You'd have a big hole so you could get your drill bit into the tube and then screw the back of the tube into the ramp, but that's silly because you've got a big hole in the way and it's not very solid. So we have these plates, and what we do is we weld the plates to the coping and then we route it in the platform here so the plate is flush with the platform. So we basically need to make a little jig to router in those plates. time to move the ramps. So what was that, Shane? What did you have to remove?
We left some blocks on. Typical one bit of wood just holding it, just pinched in.
Yeah.
So as they lifted up, it just got caught underneath that ramp.
Last minute trims.
Take it with me. No.
One down, one to go.
Well, that was exciting. Tell everyone back home.
I can do this.